Good evening. Welcome to MightyOxTrading, Wednesday evening. Good evening, Chris. Welcome. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining me. Uh, could be in for a long night here. Things are looking very slow right now. NASDAQ here had this nice move down earlier and hasn't been barely moving since. Gold's kind of choppy. Copper's not looking like it has much volume there. UltraBond's on the wrong time frame. Good evening, Vincent. Good evening, Dan. How's everybody doing? So let's look at the day in review. FMOC meeting minutes day. We can see here throughout the day, NASDAQ started off very slow, kind of like how we are right now. Popped up at the start of the European session. Hey, crypto. How you doing? Hey, Steven. Welcome, everybody. The markets popped up at the open and sold off. I'm sorry, the European Open, then sold off much bigger here at the New York Open, and then popped up on the FMOC meeting, almost all the way back up to the top. Hello, Walter. Yeah, I traded a variety of things today, but I made 5 trades on MNQ throughout the whole trading day. My big one was on the FMOC meeting. I caught that pop for 60 points on 2 MNQs. So about $240 from 2 MNQs. Hello, Jamie. Yes, I did. Basically, we go back here on the 1-minute chart on MNQ. You know, right here is our MNQ chart at the time. I set an order right before the news comes out. I set an order 10 above, 10 below. Now, I got scared because it popped up right before, like 10 seconds before, and actually filled me early at the top. Pulled back a little bit once the news hit. I stayed in the trade, and then it popped up, and I caught almost this whole candle. I saw it starting to reverse, and I got out. Now, I should have just hit the reverse and tried to catch the reversal as well. But yeah, 60 points on 2 MNQs. That's the 3rd time I've tried that move now, and it's worked all 3 times. With setting an order like 15 seconds before on both sides, and if it pops up one way or the other, pops up, pops down, catches it, and you catch, most of the move. The danger is if it, quickly pops up one direction and then flushes the other way, but then if it pops up, hits one, flushes down, the other one acts as your stop. So, it's a lower risk move to try and get a big move. But I do plan on, I believe, the next FMOC meeting, and which they will probably be announcing interest rate hikes, I believe. I believe is in 1 month from today, March 16th. I have to check that, but I'm pretty sure it's March 16th. And I will be doing a special live stream for that FMOC meeting. Not sure if I'll be doing it like an all day, like I'll just come on in the morning, or if I'll just come on like an hour before the FMOC. Hello, Taurus. Welcome. Hey, Vincent. I know you'll start that winning streak again. So in other markets today, gold spent most of the day heading upwards. The UltraBond was very choppy, but it liked the FOMC meeting minute news, so it came up there. Crude spent most of its day coming down after heading up half the day, came down and finished the day down. Uh, Jamie, I was doing 5 micros for a while. Depends what you're going for though. The thing I didn't like about trading so many micros is if you're on earn to trade, even with the live commissions, those commissions start adding up. $1.66, times 5, it's $8.30. It's about, yeah, it's about double what one mini is, but yeah, you can scale in or scale out if you want. I am not a full-time trader yet. Um, Hopefully soon. Natural gas spent most of the day heading up as well. So that's what the markets did. What I did yesterday on trades is I actually I took 11 total trades over the entire trading day, and I won 8 of them. 2 on Nasdaq, micro Nasdaq, 1 on regular Nasdaq, 2 on micro ES, 2 on crude oil, and 1 on copper. Copper was my other big one. I hit 19 ticks on copper for a $237 win. I'm trade micros on NQ and ES, but I don't trade micro gold. I trade regular gold. I trade regular. Well, copper doesn't have a viable micro or mini. I don't trade the micro and crude. I trade regular crude. So on the indices, I've been sticking to the micros. But on the regular, then I'm sticking to the regular size contracts. I have considered the micro silver, but I haven't made that jump yet. Yeah, I don't like the volume, and for her to trade the commission on the micro gold is still kind of high. I forget how much, but yeah, there was a while, because my game plan on the even on my regular account is usually I'm looking to not lose more than $100 on a trade with and profit target of 150 to $200. So, when I was trying with like micro gold or micro silver, I was running like not micro silver, micro gold, or even like the MNQ running 6, and then the commissions were just eating me up. So in the evening, I pretty much eliminate looking even at the UltraBond. Don't really look at the Russell. Don't really look at natural gas. The volume's usually just not there to really pay attention to. And we definitely have like nothing going on in the indices right now. We don't even have much going on in crude right now. Everything is very flat. So this could be a boring, patience-needing night. We'll see. Yeah, I still have never really figured out options. I tried when I was messing around with stocks. I understand the concept, but I just can't. I could never seem to like get ahead with it. I know it can be very lucrative, but hey, no problem. I help out where I can. Yeah, risk to reward, I'm always looking for at least, 1.5 to 1, preferably 2 to 1. But, sometimes if the higher you go, the less your winning percentage is, and sometimes it's a trade-off. So you got to, sometimes 1.5 overall might be better than 2 to 1, once the win rate's figured in. And that can even change depending on the time of day. Like in the evenings, I'm looking for smaller profit targets than I am in the morning. Like right now I'm gonna be, if I take a trade on MNQ, it's gonna be on the trader career path, and normally I'm looking for 15 points, and with a 7.5 point stop. But I'm thinking tonight I need to even turn that down. Thank you everyone for chatting, because I have a feeling this is gonna be a boring night for price action, so y'all need to entertain me. I know I'm supposed to be entertaining you, but we'll do a little tit for tat. You do see up in the upper right hand corner where the trader career path sits. We're down $28.12. Dan, yeah, I pay $29.95 a month, and then I pay $4 for the live futures data. You can get the cheaper. I believe the cheaper plan is $14.99, and of course the $4. I mean, I think it's a great investment. Once I have more available cash, I will probably look, into doing some options and stock investments, maybe some dividend stocks, all that. But for now, I don't have any spare money for any of that, so now I stay out. See, actually nothing happening. If we, seeing this long signal here, and it went how much? 73 up to 83, so that's went 10 points here. Boom. Really? Yeah, okay. Entry. Oh wait, where was the entry? Oops, wrong one. That was why it didn't make sense. Yeah, it only went 9 points. So I'm thinking our profit targets are definitely going to have to be smaller tonight. And I'm going to need to figure out how to adjust for that. Unless we start seeing... It is just about the top of the hour. See if the Asia market's opening increases the volatility. Taurus, just the two, just the 75K Gauntlet Mini and the Trader Career Path. Oh, there's agriculture coming online. Big candle wick down here. Big move down on copper. By big, I mean a whole 6 ticks. Though this short signal would have been a decent signal hit just as I was going live. Do see a long signal here on NQ, but I hate how much that there. But, and well, it went away anyway, but we have a downtrending SMA line. Downtrending top bands. Looks like there's going to be a bounce and down. No, I do not trade Forex. I have not tried Forex at all. And really, I mean, you don't, I mean, if you compare the Forex charts for certain things to the the currency futures, the charts line up. Right here, take for instance, where's my yen chart? Here's the yen. That's the yen. Now let's put in. I always forget which way. JPY, USD. Can't remember if that's the right. Well, that's the wrong one for sure. JPY. Da, 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 da. It's USD JPY. You can see how much I know about Forex. What the heck did I just do? Okay, well, I just executed an order on paper trading on TradingView somehow. Okay. Anyway, USD JPY. I don't know. I'm going to stop trying to compare. But if you compare the two charts, normally you'll see that they're almost the same. I noticed that the other day. No, I don't feel overwhelmed. I mean, if a lot of signals are firing at once, I can, but I also compartmentalize. NQ is, NQ, copper, gold, and crude oil are where I put my main focus. I very rarely ever take a trade on the Russell. I've actually never taken a trade in anything besides a SIM account on natural gas. So it's kind of watching it. I find that, first of all, the way my mind works, if I'm just watching one chart, I start getting bored, and then I start looking at Facebook or I start looking at whatever. So I get distracted anyway. It's just the way my mind works. It's just, if you look at my browser, you'll see that I have like 50 tabs up on Chrome, and which is why I need 64 gigabytes of RAM. It's just the way my mind works. I need more just. Now I can get hyper focused when I absolutely need to. But yeah, I mean, plus it really, I think it helps on the stream. If I'm just staring, if I'm just here streaming on one asset, that get, if that asset's not moving, then it's extremely boring to try and find something to talk about. So at least I'm going having multiple things to talk about. I would definitely for newer traders, I would never recommend trying to look at more than one or two. Definitely not. But for me, this is what works for me. And that's fine, Walter. That's there's no one right way to trade. I started. I've always had an interest in it. Dabbled once. We started seeing the free commission stuff with Robinhood. I dabbled a little bit there. We did get a short signal here on copper. Copper looks like it's the one thing that's moving tonight. I missed the signal. So there, I wasn't really paying attention. Gold also sent a signal. I'll finish answering your question here in a minute. Gold also sent a signal, but it's right at the 200 EMA. And that chart, I hate it when I do that. One thing I don't like about trading views, you accidentally click on something and it takes you to that chart. Now, I should have took that trade because it just flushed down 7 ticks. But this chart looked ugly going up. So, and this is going to bounce. If it doesn't bounce on this candle, as soon as this candle closes, it's going to bounce on the next candle. Whoa. Yeah, I should have taken that trade. So it's definitely going to bounce. I should play this reversal. It's well past the fourth band. They're green. Popped up 5 ticks. So it popped up 5 ticks. The reversal, if it continues or continues heading down. Hello, James. Short copper is a smart idea. That was a signal I missed. Signals are an indicator on here on TradingView called Super Trend. It's I mean, there's a bunch of Super Trend indicators. This one's by a guy named Kivok something foreign that I can't pronounce. You can get the Super Trend indicator for NinjaTrader as well. I find it doesn't line up exactly as the one on TradingView, and I just I prefer charting on TradingView anyway. Copper and gold both are bouncing here. I did not play that reversal because I'm too cautious of a trader. One thing you'll hear if you're new, you'll find out that I am too cautious, and you'll hear me say I should have taken that. But copper quickly bounced, came down about 5 ticks, and then bounced off that signal. Okay, Taurus, back to your question. I was playing around with Robinhood, and then in September 2019, I ended up getting a really bad infection in my foot. Ended up having to have a below the knee amputation. And while I was in the rehab center waiting for a prosthetic, I started teaching myself to trade by watching YouTube and reading a whole bunch of stuff. And eventually I started messing around with stocks. And that was frustrating because of the PDT rule. That was frustrating because, it's hard to short if you don't have any money. You need a margin account, blah, blah, blah. And then once I found out about funded futures programs, I started gravitating toward futures. So NASDAQ is trying to send us a short signal here. I need to set up the right account on that. TCP. Okay. So you came down here. Recent low of 564. You see the blue resistance or support line. So let's see if it can pop down below there. James, do you look for a specific amount of ticks, or are you still in that trade? Um, I've never really found much. I mean, sometimes all the metals will correlate with one another. It used to be that, when I was first started watching gold, it seemed like it would go the opposite direction that the indices were going, but now that doesn't seem to be as true. I have had requests for me to do a video on the indicators I use and how I use them. I had been not wanting to do that until I was more successful because it seems weird, but other people have been having success with my indicators that I use. Vincent there that was talking earlier, he went the whole month of December with only one red day, basically using the strategy I use. So I will probably try and put something out this weekend, get something going to explain what I do and why I do it. But like I said, I still feel kind of like, it's premature for that because I'm not funded yet. But if people want to see that, I can do that. Good afternoon, Life. You must be on the West Coast. Uh, do I feel they're strong enough to automate? Um, okay, number one, the problem with the super trend is when you're in a choppy market. If you look just here on this NQ, you know, it's firing signals based on an ATR and an ATR multiplier. And like this signal was bad, this signal was bad. I wouldn't have taken those. I didn't take those. If a signal fires when basically the trend's going the opposite way, I won't take it. Or if it's up near the bands or in the bands, I won't take it. I would love this to find a way to automate it, but I'm not sure how to weed out the bad signals for automation. Yeah. Um, I've been in the ETE earn a trade first evaluation for a couple months. I've made a couple stupid mistakes that caused me to reset. Trading too many contracts once. Uh, thought I was trading MNQ once. Traded NQ. Sat there the deer in the headlights as the trade turned against me by 20 points with three regular NQ contracts. I was at Top Step first before finding Earn a Trade. So you can see James did a very excellent job entering on short on copper. I believe James, you got your 10 ticks. If not, you got to be close. So far, the only two. Well, no, I lie. I've also done one Lilu evaluation. I actually ended up profitable in that one, but that was one of there that you have to complete in 10 days, and I didn't get enough profit in the 10 days. That's other than that, all I've done is Top Step and Earn a Trade. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything, James. I see those green candles. Big move up here on the NQ. Just broke that previous high there, but pulled back. Let's see if this is a double top or almost like a triple top. You see each time it's getting a little bit lower. Nope, reject it right back down. Gold's still heading down. That would have been a good, very good signal. We are seeing a little bit of increased activity here. Still not much to write home about. We'll see if NQ if it continues to head down and get back below this level here of around 564. For 5205. Cool. Wait. Oh, okay. Hello, Astro. What are we talking about? Minimum of 10 days. Where, how, when, how, why? Talk about the Lilu. They have one that's a maximum of 10 days. You got to reach your profit target in 10 days. Or and I didn't make it. Forget which one it is. It's one of those that they had on sale for a crazy low amount of money, I think. Yeah, it's one of theirs is like you get a 10-day shot at it. No resets. Although I guess you can request to continue on if you want to and pay the extra money, but yeah. We see we hone in on NQ here, and it's come up here twice, rejected. It's really come up here 4 times and rejected. Rejected first here, big wick here, rejected. Now these two rejections. We're still in a range. If I was using a regular NQ contract, I might jump in and try and get a few points. But since I'm on the trader career path with the very tight stop loss, I'm not going to try and do that. I want to try and get something where I can get where it breaks a support or resistance, looking like some sort of breakout, where I can get at least maybe 10 points off of it. See here, talking about the automation, you see here that we got a long signal on copper, but we have these downtrending upper bands. SMA line still downtrending. So this is one I would not take. I expect this 100% on the next candle to bounce down red. We'll see if I'm right. In 20 seconds or so. Sorry to hear that, James. Yes, Matt, I have. And this looks like it's trying to prove me wrong here on copper. Let's see if it bounces still. Cool. Yeah, I know nothing about coding, so and I can't, I don't have the money to hire a coder, so it's not something I ever pursued. Yep, there's the bounce on copper that I expected back down. And yeah, Matt, before I ever started trading it, I bought it on Monday morning, and immediately requested the live commission so it could be ready to go start trading it Monday night. So copper in this case proved me wrong. Copper is broke up, bent the bands back up, is headed up. I thought it was a nice 6-tick candle there. I agree with that, Astro. Yeah, they are. That is one thing I wish Arbitrate would change is the knock down those commissions just a bit on the micros and not have to ask for the live commissions. Just they should be default. But I'm assuming they have a reason for doing it the way they do. So NQ came back down, bounced on the SMA, coming back up. See if it can get above this. Ooh, hate the way it does that. Uh, this small little move that came up, exhausted at 583. We're sitting at 575. We'll see if it gets above where double top basically here at 578. So this was a missed opportunity on copper, but it just went against my trading plan. Normally, when it goes up like this, you have downtrending bands and everything. You're going to get a pullback first. It might only pull back to the SMA line, but then goes. But this time it just decided to keep meandering up. On the trader career path, I'm just trading MNQ and I'm trading gold. Gold, I don't, I mean, I'm not trading a 2-to-1 there at all. It's a quick 7 tick profit target, 5 tick stop loss. See what Crude doing anything fun? That would have been a nice. I'm not sure how I missed that signal in Crude. That would have been an excellent signal there. Went up about 35 ticks. For the folks that are here on YouTube, and that appears to be 95% of you. There's one person here from Twitch. You wouldn't mind hitting that thumbs up button for the YouTube algorithm. On copper, you mean? On Crude. Just that, it went, it ended up being a nice signal because, it ended up going 30 ticks up. Normally I would only be looking for like a 15 to 20. So it definitely went up nicely. It came at a spot where, let me see if I can blow this up better. I mean, it was also good because, kind of meandered here below the SMA line. It broke above the SMA, which is, another, it was still squeezing, but it could be another sign that we're starting to squeeze out and head in a direction, in this case up. Only had one pullback candle, it was only 4 ticks. So it just ended up being a very nice signal, had long signal to go up. This short signal here, I mean, it wasn't bad either. This would have been a grind down for about 15 ticks. All of um, all of Crude's signals tonight have been decent, except for that one. And Q. All of a sudden, the indices have come to life. So NQ has gotten above that recent high, 83 and a quarter, which is right where we're at now. MNQ chart, magic of the internet. NQ chart. It is near that Bollinger Band. It's above the Bollinger on the RSI. So I'm pausing here, waiting to see confirmation. I shouldn't have waited for the confirmation, apparently. See, pull back here. New candle starts. Oops. Forgot to reset my strategy. There we go. Pull back here like I expected on this new candle. We'll wait for... Okay, back to green. I'm gonna enter. Enter on 3 micros. I am going to move the profit target from 15 to 10. Because we're not seeing a lot of big moves tonight. We'll watch it. I've played with VWAP. I've played with VWAP bands as well. I I probably should have it on the chart and play with it more just to see whether or not it does help anything. Let's see if this is a 2 bar pullback or if it's gonna come down and stop us out. Down about $24 on this trade. About I should have listened to myself. I said it's going to reverse. Let's see how far it reverses. Oh, there we go. There's some green. Your 1 minute candle in 5 seconds. Crude giving us a signal. We'll check that in 1 second. Crude, oops. I put crude back at the regular. Oh, not sure. Crude's right at its SMA, EMA. NQ's pulling back. See if it uses that former resistance as support. Back below that recent high. I really did jump in at the wrong time. That was a little bit of FOMO. A little bit of on-stream boredom. Copper. Yeah, see, copper ended up... Copper ended up going... Would have went to my profit target easy. Looking for 16 ticks, it went over 20. Hi, John. Vom red, what does that mean? See, I always tell myself don't enter on the breakout candle, especially this has all the reason. This has 100 reasons why I shouldn't have entered this trade. Candle was well into the third band, well above. It was above the band on the RSI. It just was spelling. It was yelling in big neon letters reversal. And I even said it out loud. Watch it reverse here. So if this stops me out, I deserve it. 100%. It was more of a, you know what? There's not a lot going on. See 5 red candles in a row, and there's a stop out. So that was definitely just an unforced error on my part. Oops. And there it's coming back green. So let's see what we can find next. That was a $46 loss. And the top's updated, so we're down $79 now on the TCP. Easily recoverable. Feel a little keyed up tonight. I'm not sure why. I need to get the emotions back in check. Still getting used to the big crowds. Used to be I only got like 7 people at a time. And now I'm very happy to see more than 20 people at a time, but I think I still get a little bit anxious to want to provide some sort of, not just sit here and say, hey, this is hitting a view, this is hitting an SMA or so on. Hey, Gunk, how you doing? So NQ did come down to its SMA line. It's hanging right around there. And now we wait. Patience is a virtue, or so they say. Awesome. Great job. I had a very nice green day today as well on the Gauntlet account. So not only did Nasdaq, not only did I get in right at where it reversed, but it's coming down hard. Just broke the SMA, sitting right on the EMA. Someone mentioned VWAP earlier. I can throw VWAP on there. See what it says. VWAP, whoa, okay, that's VWAP bands. Let's just get VWAP, get rid of the bands for now. And give me a white line. Now give me a yellow line. That works. So that's VWAP, and well, that hit VWAP perfectly. So that's interesting. Taurus, absolutely. We can chat at some point. Absolutely. I'm always open to hearing ideas. Thank you is basically back inside of that range. And see, for the person that asked about me looking at different charts, it's this time, this point in the streams that where things are kind of slow, is at least I can look at gold. I can find some stuff to talk about. Although it's a struggle right now to find anything to talk about. So has anyone besides me and James taken any trades this evening? ZS, are you talking soybeans? Gold with a long signal here. I blew up the wrong chart. There we go. Great job. Gold sending us a long signal here. We're going to see if it bounces off the EMA here. It's also above the Bollinger on the RSI. I'm sorry to hear that, Astra. What happened? Metals all of a sudden are popping. Good luck. Let's do this. Astro, um, do you have a sim account available to you? If you do, why don't you do sim trading? Could definitely help. Gold did pull back. Oh, yeah, Astro. You definitely want to keep an eye on news. Uh, you, uh, you want to watch for what news is coming out. Usually, most news happens in the morning, but FMOC meetings and FMOC meeting minutes happen like every 3 weeks on a Wednesday. It's every 6 weeks for the FMOC meeting and every 6 weeks for the meeting minutes. And you definitely want to watch for that because it always causes a crazy volatility spike. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, yeah, 2 o'clock Eastern. I usually try and convert everything to Eastern when I'm talking, but sometimes I don't. Yeah, I think is that who's the calendar I have up here? Yeah, I have the calendar up in trading economics, but I actually found out that I'm not sure how I missed this, but Earn the Trade's dashboard has a calendar too. Um, tradingeconomics.com. I don't know. I think I just found it by accident one day when I was looking for news. But Earn the Trade also has a calendar lists all out with little symbols about what's important. You can click on the date and see what's coming up that day for each day. I just found this the other day. Somehow, I mean, it's always sat there. I knew it's always been there, but I don't think I ever clicked on it or noticed it before. So whatever. But seemed to include all the important stuff. Yeah, Astro. Also, if you're a user of Discord, if you come onto the Earn to Trade Discord, I almost always announce the FMOC stuff to the entire server, usually like within an hour before it happens. Investing.com's calendar. It's also very good. Not sure what you get if you actually register for the site. Short signal here on NQ. Heading downward. I always wait till the candle closes. Big pullback there. It's just one of the reasons why I wait for the candle to close. It's actually into the third band of the Bollingers. Okay, I didn't realize you could filter Taurus. I'll have to look at that. Glad to hear you're green. As Kermit the Frog says, it's not easy being green. Bounce here. I have an M&Q chart ready to go if it bounces back down. Expected this bounce because it was down well below that third band. Nice entry, Taurus. I'm waiting to see if this green candle comes back down. Right at 200 EMA on the 1 minute chart. Nice move back down. Stagnating there right around 573. Entering. I would have entered a little bit sooner if my mouse had moved and I was off the enter button, so I cost myself a couple of points. How many points did that come back? I came out 5 points. I probably should have stayed out of it. Stop me out. So bounced off the bottom band, came back up, and now it looks like it wants to head back up. Hello, Fallen. So not my night so far tonight. Probably also shouldn't have entered there on that at all. So 2 on 4 stairs on my part. Back down the red. So we went from having like no volatility in this tight squeeze to now it's, popping up enough that it's killing my stop losses. Yeah, that was a double unforced there on my part. I didn't look at this bottom here. Saw this was on this candle. We were outside that Bollinger on the RSI as well. I'm just trading like really bad tonight, and I'm not sure why. I have no problem if I enter a trade and it's just goes against me because of you know that's just the way the market moved there. But both of these were unforced errors on my part, and that frustrates me. Today's close. 14, I'm sorry, 14,592. So that would have to break view up. Those using VWAP, do you restart your VWAP at the beginning of the day, or do you let it continue from the previous day? Like, it's coming back. They came up, stopped me out, came back down. Okay, Vincent. Anyone else thinking I'm sounding low tonight? Or low in general? Don't blast your ears out, Vincent. Let's see here. I haven't changed any volume settings, but if that's any better. How's that, Vincent? That improve anything? The mouth's dry tonight, so I might be talking lower than normal as well. You're welcome, Vincent. Thank you for letting me know. Not sure why it's different tonight, but definitely can make the adjustment. Did you try and keep the mic to a point where you don't hear me breathing? I was in a trade for 90 minutes last night on NQ. Woke up for 15 points. It actually rewarded my patience. Well, MNQ. It rewarded my patience with a win. See how with a signal, did it not fire, or did I miss it? Why did my CL not give me... Well, that's weird. So I'm not sure why CL didn't fire a signal there. Last night actually, yeah, last night I ended that trade on NQ, and then I always make sure I have stop losses, so it wasn't a big deal. But I actually dozed off in the middle of the trade. Yeah, here's NQ. Let's go back in time. We'll turn back time. And it was, let's see, somewhere in this where everything was ranging, kept coming up, down, and then finally flushed down here and got me my 15 points. So yeah, I entered somewhere, I think I was on this signal here. Entered here, went through this up, down, and finally flushed down to give me the win. But yeah, it was like an hour and a half I was in that trade. But I was happy with it because not only did I get the win, but I've been having this issue of moving my stops closer and closer, and then getting stopped out and before it goes, I'll take like a 2 point win instead of the 15 points, and I just let everything where it was. I figure it's either going to stop me out or it's going to go to my profit target. Nothing much going on right this second. I want to thank everyone for joining me tonight. If you haven't already jumped into the chat, certainly feel free. Fallen, see, I actually do the opposite. Like if I, like let's use this as an example here of NQ. This trade here, let's say I'd entered, I don't know, here, or whatever, and then my stop loss is up here, and as this came down, I'll keep moving my stop closer to the SMA and just following the SMA down, which is, not a horrible strategy, but then I'll get like nailed by like the spike up, and or I might get stopped out 2 points before it flushes back down. And when I do my, for those of you who haven't seen me on stream much, I chart out like my wins and losses. I haven't done it, didn't do it today, but like, what the heck? Because I haven't done it for a couple of days. Oh, that's because I'm on the S&P. But I chart out all my trades, and I don't look at, I don't move stops for my charting out. Like, let's see here. Well, it's again turn back time. Let's turn back time a lot. Here. Yeah, you can see how I chart out my trades. I shouldn't say I chart out trades I would have taken, whether I took them or not, to see whether or not they would have been winners. And I don't really, when I'm doing that, I just look at the raw trade. Would it have reached 30 points or would it have failed at 15 points? That's all I look at. I don't look at support and resistance. I look at would I have taken that trade and then would it have gone or would it have stopped me out? And that's the stats I take. But then when I'm in a trade live, I'm here moving my stop around, and it's screwing up my risk to reward. It's screwing up my stats, and it ends up, I just messed up my whole trading plan. Um, I do. Yeah, I mean, the way I set it up in Ninja Traders, I do trail at a certain point, but even though I don't follow it, I let the trade management trail at a certain point, but I'm then, before it ever gets to that point, I'm here, trailing it myself. And as I was talking about that, I just, this broke VWAP. Not used to saying that. And this is signal. This is heading up nicely. This was another perfect entry, and I was there explaining something. That is one of the pitfalls of trading while in stream. Now we are in the third band, so this could pull back right away. So yeah, I just need to follow my original trading plan. Don't move stops. Don't, unless there's an absolute, you know, there's a place for it, on certain trades. But for the most part, I just need to follow my plan. Hello, Michael. Glad to hear that. I'll follow that. Nothing to be sorry about. I mean, it's my trader psychology. Being risk averse can be a good thing to a point. I'm just way too risk averse. It's just a psychological thing. And once I break that, I really believe I'm going to be doing much better than I am now. When are you starting, Michael? Or have you started already? Yes. You see it. ES is not exactly, NQ and ES often send signals at the same time, but ES actually sent the signal way back here, pulled back, broke through the SMA. That been a nice entry there as well. A couple points, boom, up. Michael, are you trading micros? And if so, did you ask for live commissions? Um, tomorrow when support's open on the Earn a Trade website, you should go in and ask for live commissions. Asking live commissions on MNQ will get you commissions at $1.66 for a round trip. Otherwise, you're going to be paying $4.04 per contract round trip on MNQ. So just go to live support and ask for the live commissions on MNQ or any micros you plan on trading. Matt, I'm on the Pro Plus. Just remember, you still need NinjaTrader to actually execute the trades. As of right now, Earn the Trade is not integrated with TradingView. So I love charting off of TradingView, but I still need to execute the trades on NinjaTrader or any other platform. You know, you can use Quant Tower, uh, whatever other platforms are out there, Jigsaw, whatever. Yeah, so yeah, definitely get that set up for yourself. If you get in, if you ask tomorrow morning or whatever, at by the end of the trading day, then the live commissions will be live. Say that 5 times fast. Wasn't someone going for that open as a profit target? Way back here somewhere. Ah, yeah, fallen. You were looking for that profit target. Great job. So there has been a little bit more action tonight than I expected. I still miss the nights from like a month or two ago when we were seeing like 30-point candles, but hey. Really enjoying seeing the chatter between everyone in the chat. Very nice to see. There is not. There's a mini, but it gets like 5 orders a day. Yeah. Uh, hmm. I might need to add VWAP to more charts because that's really interesting what it's been doing there. I'm not sure why I dismissed VWAP. I mean, I always looked at VWAP when I was trying to trade stocks. Just, I don't know. But here, you look here. Ah, what did I do? That's not what I wanted. Copper. There is an E mini copper, but it gets no volume. Absolutely no volume. It's half the size of the normal copper contract, but it gets like, if you go to a daily chart, it shows the volume on it. Yesterday, it had a total volume of 123. So this doesn't get traded at all. I don't know why they even keep it active. But yeah, absolutely no volume on the mini copper. Down here, it's an RSI, but with its own set of Bollinger Bands. And I really don't look at it for the actual too much of the price action, but I noticed something with the Bollinger Bands. Like if you look here on a 5-minute chart, when it breaks the Bollinger, and I have the Bollinger set to 2.3, the A plus setup here is if it breaks the Bollinger up here and the Bollinger here, that's an A minus setup for me. You're gonna get a reversal most of the time. If it's above the 70 line or below the 30 line, and it does both those things, it's almost always a reversal. Not always. There's nothing 100% obviously. So I've been watching, that type of setup to play reversals. I'm trying to see. There was a couple here on silver that were A plus a couple days ago. Here, if you look here, broke the 70 line, broke the band, $500 pullback. So I want to start looking at that more, but once I have a little bit more of a buffer in my account to play with something. And I've been noticing it on just about any asset you can look for that setup. Here's NQ. I'm not sure I can find any set, but it especially works if something spikes up. Here broke the band, didn't what's not above the 70 line, but that's what started that reversal. So it's just a type. It's something for reversal plays. Yeah, Astro. I mean, obviously you can trade any way you want, but I always make sure there's a stop loss, at least an emergency stop loss. You know, for multiple reasons. One, something like that happening that you weren't aware of. Something geopolitical happening, especially with Russia and Ukraine right now, could cause a quick market crash. Or even if you suddenly lose internet and you at least have a stop in place if your power goes out or whatnot, that that there's a max loss your account's going to take if something goes bad. Gold sent me a signal while I was jabbering. Excuse me. A little bit hoarse. It went down 5 ticks. And I'm watching. I'm waiting. Hoping, praying. Long signal there on gold coming back up. I think this might have been a pullback. Possibly this longer trend. Let me find a gold chart. I'm not sure. Recent high was a 72.5. It's at 72.1. That's not a real big move there. Taurus, how many trades have you already taken this evening? And how many winners? Because I'm nosy. Gold did reject down. Big move down there on gold. Want to say get under here, and it just did. By the power of the internet, there's my gold chart on NQ. On the wrong parameters. Now, we're filled on gold. Good job. Astro can be slow, but slow can be good, especially if you're a newer trader. Back to break even on gold. Might be bouncing back up. Tight 5-tick stop. So we'll see. They're gonna get me adding VWAP to every one of my charts. People already complain my charts are too messy. Yep, reversing here on gold. Back to break even. Patience. Struggling here at 1874, 1870.4. Three ticks. Slow and steady. Oh, back up the 2 ticks. And Q with a green candle there. Small green candle. Very small candles right now for NQ. Hello, Jake. How you doing tonight? I didn't catch. Yeah, I didn't trade gold at all today. Everyone, say hi to Jake. He's our resident forex trader. I'm actually in a gold trade now. It's also moving slow. The whole market's moving slow. Slow and steady. Patience is a virtue. All those other cliches. Four green candles in a row. All here. Small green candles, but green candles nonetheless. And we're back to break even. Now, the positive out of this is that my stop is sitting right on the SMA line. So, never mind, it's going to stop me out. Not yet. It wants to, though. Short signal on copper. Gold's just teasing me here. And we're back to break even. Still watching NASDAQ up at top left hand. We can zoom in a little bit better on the current price action there. Do you see a couple of red candles there? It's nearing a short signal. Yep, there's a bounce on NQ. Down 2 ticks with a 5 tick stop loss on gold. Not looking good. Let's hoping for a bounce off of the SMA. It doesn't look like it wants to give us that bounce. Oh, it's only another. I mean, it's only another $20 if it goes against us. So we'll stick until it hits the stop loss. Stop loss is now above that SMA. One tick. Oh well, there isn't that was nice. There we go. And that was a winning trade. Came 1 tick within my stop loss and then flushed down. Let's get the stats on that. Well, it was a winning trade, but for the wrong account. I was on the Gauntlet account instead of the Trader Career Path. I was afraid I was going to do that, but either way, it was a winning trade. I'm trading both. Got 6 ticks out of it because I had a 7 tick profit target with a 1 tick behind trailing to try and get a little bit more and didn't get a little bit more. So it still was a winning trade. Just wasn't on the Trader Career Path, which I could have used since we taken 2 losses on the Trader Career Path tonight, but still deserves a cha-ching. Thank you. Um, Back a little bit. I have no idea how to pronounce your name, KDVUHEA, and I'm not sure what you're trying to say there. And thank you, everybody. The fact that you all said nice within 15 seconds of one another is interesting. So, the Gauntlet account's doing very well. I did $600 on it today, now another $60. So the Gauntlet account's moving nicely. Looks like gold might continue to go down, but for now we won't try and test fate. Thank you, Gunk. That said, I just did look at the stats there, and I thought we were doing worse on the the yeah, brain freeze. the trader career path, but we're only down $93 on that account right now for the day. So that's nothing to be too excited about. Copper flushed out that same time and then reversed. So there's a little metal run there. And Q here seems to be ranging again. And for those of you that are new, when I start getting bored, I start seeing dragons and other animals and I give them eyes. Boom. There we go. Nice little monster there. Sticking out his little red and green tongue. I am slightly insane. You'll get used to that. Hello, Dave. How are you doing this evening? Oh, good. So I'm not the only one that does that. And here I thought it was a little weird, you know. Sometimes I forget to, I forget to take them off, and then I'll go to a daily chart and see all these little things smacked together. Oh yeah, there's a whole bunch of things you can add to a chart. I have no idea why, but why you want to add an airplane or a stop sign. No idea why you would add these things to a chart, but you have a lot of options. Oops, and I just added another one. I'm seeing that here. Two 2 point candle, which makes me chuckle when you look at a possible breakout on a 2 point candle. But just what we have tonight. See it was coming down here. It came up 3 different 1 minute candles to the 93.50. And that's where that was. No, it came up to 92. It's trying to break through that resistance. This most recent high was 597, right at the eyeball. Yep. NQ's still asleep. Nigin, hello. I wish I understood what you were trying to say, but I don't, and I apologize. Sparky Dog, hello. I don't think I've seen your name before. If I have and I've forgotten, well, I apologize. My brain's not as young as it used to be. Jump back down to our four-way chart, see what's going on. Gold's kind of sideways ever since that big flush down that got me that win. Crude, slowly moving down. That would have been a decent signal. It's gone down about 14 ticks since. Everything is completely horizontal right now on our NQ monster. Every line, just about. I mean, 200 EMA, the SMA, the Bollinger Bands, the VWAP. I swear I could put an S on the chart and it'll immediately straighten out. About 9:45 Eastern right now, 8:45 Central. I usually stream till about 10, somewhere between 10:30 and 11 Eastern. Really depends on how much action is going on. And then remember, I'm right back here for your viewing pleasure tomorrow morning. It's 7:30 a.m. Eastern. I'm also here Friday morning, unless the bad weather takes out my power or my internet. Central Illinois. We're just, I mean, this is the, it wouldn't be worth trying to play the band bounces right now on NQ. Or you could scout maybe 2 to 3 points bouncing band to band. Hey, Rad, how you doing? Ah, cool. Fallen. I think this is all this storm system's missing from you guys. How's it going, Rad? Oh, there's a short signal on NQ. Are we breaking out? Doing good. Bounced right off VWAP. Great. Now I'm going to be saying VWAP all the time because now I'm going to be adding VWAP to my charts. Of course, VWAP is kind of fun to say. VWAP, VWAP, VWAP. I'm hoping it's not as bad as they're saying that it could be. Just because, I don't mind snow. It's the ice and the wind. Ameren, the power company here, does not do a good job of making sure power stays on during storms. And I haven't bought enough hamsters to run in wheels to power the computer and the internet. I'm in central Illinois. Hey, Rich. Good evening. Yeah. The first time I lived in central Illinois, back in 2007, we had an ice storm that knocked out power to basically the whole county, at least a couple of counties. And I ended up spending a week at because I was living in a small town. Town's like 700 people. I ended up spending a week in a fire station. So there was no power anywhere in town. And they didn't worry about the small towns. They got the big city, bigger city going first. And then finally, 6 weeks after the power went out, they finally got power restored. Uh, Whitetail deer? I don't know. I'm in a city, small city. I don't get out much, honestly. I spend my time in front of a computer. I know deer cause a lot of problems on the roads around here. So we have the bounce and then queue back up. Bounce perfectly off VWAP. VWAP, VWAP, VWAP. I'm down in Decatur, so about central part of the state, mid part. Oh, big move up. Wait a minute, why does that candle look so much bigger than what the one on Ninja Trader does? The one on Trading View does. Oh, no, that just can't. Okay, NT is just making those candles look bigger than they are. Those are here on YouTube. Remember to hit that thumbs up button for me. I apparently do have some haters. I've gotten 3 downvotes on this live stream so far. I love people who downvote but won't say why they don't like it. Advocate Hospital. Um, is Advocate a health system? Is it? It doesn't. It's not ringing a bell. Two hospitals here in Decatur. One's HSHS. System, and the other is Memorial System. Excuse me. So we're still stuck in this range. It looked like it wanted to break out, going down. Then it looked like it wanted to try and maybe, but it's just not doing anything. Oh, maybe. That's a move up. Maybe we're finally breaking. Do we want to see if we can get up to 597 here? Could be another false attempt. Gold also teasing us with a long signal there, but it went away. Oh, here we go again. Can it break through this time? Here's the high drama of the evening. Can it go all the way? I don't know if they'll ban you or not. I doubt they'll ban you. Might just erase the idea. Jake, I don't know. So we're watching here. We double topping once again, or triple, or however many tops we've made off of this same level. That kind of looks like a heart, but it's push down again. Can't hold it. Fallen, you made me do a double take there because when you said you haven't been on Brian's streams in a while, because that's my actual first name. So I was like, what? How does he know that? But now everybody knows it. But either way, I mean, it's not like I keep it a secret. But yeah, it made me do a double take there for a second. So looking for an entry here, but still not getting it. That's a good idea, Jake. Seems like it wants to continue heading up here. Oh, a little burst up there, pull back. Yeah. I remember that there was a Brian Watt after you said, yeah, after you realizing that you didn't mean me. That's what I was. I know CFT's mentioned him a couple of times. Oh, there's a big, nice move. Remember the previous high? Way back here, this move up was 97.50. That candle there got the 96. Just rejected down from that same level here, though. Waiting, waiting, waiting. Three red candles there. So we're kind of sideways again. We're just sideways at a slightly higher level. Thank you for subscribing, following. One day I'll figure out how to add that fancy stuff other streamers have where it shows your name and stuff when you subscribe. I haven't figured that out yet. I need more free time. So did reject off that same area that was the high of that previous, the move up earlier. Rejecting back down to the SMA line. See if it bounces here and tries to make another run back up. Jake, have fun with the penguin. Not something I expected to say tonight, but okay. I believe you, Jake. I believe you. Bounced off the band. I mean, not the band. The SMA. Trying another head of steam back up. Hey, Jeremy, how you doing? Uh, so far, 2 losing trades on MNQ on the trader career path, down $93. Took a trade on gold. Thought it was in the career path account. It was actually in the gauntlet account. That was a win for $60. So down 93 in one account, up 60 in another. Had a very good day on the gauntlet account earlier for the earlier day that closed a few hours ago. $594 on that on the gauntlet account. So trying to continue that momentum so far. And NQ has not been my friend, but that's okay. Um, so Fallen, you wouldn't like my idea of adding an ox head to the stream. No. You said about trading pandas, so I thought maybe you were talking about that guy that uses a panda icon when he's live on stream. Uh, Instead of an actual face, he has a little panda on the bottom of the stream. Yeah, I don't show my face on stream like most streamers. Uh, Number one, partly just because I don't have my own office, where my computer's at. See people behind me at times walking behind. And second of all, I stream for 3 hours at a time. There's gonna be some point in there I'm gonna do something stupid like pick my nose or I don't know, just something I don't want on camera. Plus the fact that I'm an extreme introvert, The fact that I'm streaming at all still amazes me, and that I'm comfortable doing it. I mean, it's kind of an interesting gimmick because there are people that I know there are people that prefer streamers that show something, their face. They prefer if the streamer shows their face or whatever. I just at this point I don't want to do that. Not because I'm hiding. I mean, like I did a webinar a few months back that I showed my face. Then it's just like I said, I'm certainly not the greatest looking guy. Well, yeah, I didn't realize. Wow, oil did get below 90, popping back up. My alerts must not be working on oil, because again, you know what? Oil is the absolute easiest thing to be trading at, and I must not be getting the alerts on them. Well, let's look at this, because EggQ is doing nothing, so we'll move that chart off for now. So let's look at this from here. Usually I'm looking for 20 ticks. Boom, 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 boom. Win with a 10 tick stop. Clone 20 easily. I mean, obviously that went a lot more. Clone 20. Clone easily 20. There we go, 20. So that's 4 wins. Let's do the shorts. I think I need to figure out why my alert's not alerting me on crude. I can't believe I've knocked down every different crude. Boom. I think I'm about ready to cry, guys. I would not have taken that one, even though I think that one would have even worked. That one would have stopped out. Okay, yeah. But I wouldn't have taken that one. But not taking this coming back down to an uptrending band and uptrending SMA line. This one, I probably wouldn't have taken it, but if I had, it would have grinded down to 20. Right there. So the only signal that wouldn't work is these that when it was flat off that weird open. So that's like 6 wins in a row that I could have got $200 off of. Hello, Forex Trading Watchdog. Welcome. Anyway, let's do this. Thank you for pointing out, Crude. I'm going to need to figure out why I'm not getting alerts. Now, trading views, unfortunately, unless you have the most expensive account, alerts expire after 30 days. So I'm wondering if that's what happened here. Yep. Well, relative strength, relative strength. Yeah, no alerts on the 1 minute chart. So, real quickly, let's set up that alert. Super trend, once per bar. Super trend direction change. Great. I gotta see if there's anything else that's missing later on. For now, yes. I mean, except for the micros. But for gold, for uh, crude, for copper, it's all one. Eventually, once I have more of a cushion, that I'll go. I want to go up to 2 or 3, especially since I want to be able to hit a profit target with one and let the other 1 or 2 run with a trailing stop. Oh, figures. See, don't I do something else and it does. So where do you think it's gonna run to, Taurus? Bouncing there, bouncing right at 600, so 601. I'm at a good 5 points, but I've been a good scalp if I was running regular NQ. So yeah, let's do this. I do only usually use one contract on the full size, or the minis, whatever. But eventually, I want to increase that. Yes, one micro, but I do a regular size contract on crude. But yeah, so but 20 on one micro crude. Copper also sending a long signal here. So Forex, your name is a lie. Sorry. Yeah, Forex has never interested me. I don't know why. I just never. I like things that have like a central exchange. Oops. As I set my phone to the floor. Good job. Uh, NQ coming back down to the SMA. So let's dissect NQ here for a minute. And we had this long signal here, which obviously, eventually worked for 15 points. If I've been looking for if I got in here and looked for 15 points, it would have been a slow grind. 7.5 point stop. There's 15. Hate trying to get this exact. There. And I would have had to wait through this whole thing, which I wouldn't mind. It never went below my entry point. And on that move up right there would have gave me the 15 I was looking for. Basically the head and the snout. Even better entry right here when this came down through this is actually is where I got stopped out and reversed here, did try again, back up. You see it broke the band on the RSI. That was where this move started after this long sleep. But even here, let's say I got in that signal. Let's do this the easy way. 60 by 30. That would have never stopped me out. If I gotten in on that long signal, oh, actually it would have. Wow. Okay, never mind. So that would have stopped me out if I was looking for 15 at 7.5. If I go for the 10, then I could have stayed in for that entire move. You're at 796. Okay, I usually don't blindly follow callouts, but you've had a good run tonight, so I'm gonna go with you here, uh, Taurus. Filled on MNQ. Taurus, you're still shooting for 614. Yeah, we'll see. I'm patient. Crude. Hey, there's a signal finally. It's still going up. I'm not sure why there was a signal there. Never mind. Got me all excited. Yeah, actually, just organically, my profit target is at 613 and three quarters. We'll see what it does. My entry is right at 599 even, so just like about 3 ticks, I mean 3 points away from yours. So we're on this. Probably the last trade we take on the Trader Career Path account tonight. Either way, but especially if we take a loss here because don't want to get too far into the hole because need to have some space to lose more money in the morning. Since some of you guys are talking about it, it is a good time there is to remind everyone that I'm doing the Trader Career Path only on live stream. The only time I take trades is if I'm trading live on the Trader Career Path account. I still have the Gauntlet account that I trade both on and off stream. I'm shooting for a max loss of only $60 per trade with a win of anywhere between $90 and $100 per trade, $120 per trade. And goal was of $125 per day, probably more like 150 now if I want to finish in 15 days. Obviously, I don't need to finish in 15 days, but it would have been nice. If I hit more than $350 of losses in a day, I'll shut it down because we don't want to blow it. No resets, no blow ups, slow and steady. We'll reevaluate those parameters once we move through the two 25K legs of it and move to the 50K leg. Trading just MNQ and GC. Evening sessions for the most part is a 15-point profit target, 7.5-point stop on MNQ with 3 contracts. Gold, 7-tick profit target, 5-tick stop. Morning sessions, no gold, just MNQ. Times 2 with a 30-point profit target, 15-point stop. I do adjust those if the volume dictates. And like I said, all trades happen on live stream. None are taken any other time. So you can watch everything that I do if you tune in each day. You want your own trader career path? The link's down in the video description. $75 introductory price this month. Goes back up to $150, I believe, starting on March 1st. But using my link, you can always get 20% off any regular priced um, product. Oh, we are down $25 on this uh, and then Q trade. Let's do this. Not yet. It's been requested multiple times this week. So this weekend I'm going to try and do a video explaining my indicators and my chart settings and all that. Unfortunately, I have no idea how to edit videos. So anything I do video-wise has to be raw, just video as good as I can on the first take. Okay. Is that where you have your stop, Taurus? It's actually where my stop ended up being as well. Oh. Yeah, Jake, I mean, I could learn how to edit, but I just don't have the spare time. You know, if I could ever get rid of the stuff I need to do to actually make money during the day, I would have a lot of spare time that I could put toward videos and whatnot. Trade is not looking good. So we're watching this MNQ trade. Down about 25 bucks on it. This is not the start I wanted for the trader career path, but it's totally recoverable with two good trades at this point. And obviously this trade hasn't finished yet. This could turn around. that trading plan for the trader career path was set up so I could lose up to 8 trades in a row. Not up, really 9 trades in a row, but 8 to be safe and not hit the daily loss limit. And honestly, if you know, like I said, also shutting it down at 350. But if so if I'm having that bad of a day where I'm losing 60 to $80 a trade for 5, do it for 5 in a row. Obviously, there's either the market's just not working in my favor that day, or I'm off that day, so I should shut it down anyway, no matter what account I'm in. Seeing some green now. See if we can get back above that SMA. Gold center, if you look at the bottom left-hand corner, the gold chart there, gold did send us a long signal about 10 bars ago. It looked like it would have been good, but that was an iffy one for me. Well, so that just shot down there as well as I was talking about it, right off the 200 EMA. But so let's see how far it would get. It was sideways, so it was iffy for me. I thought it was just gonna hang there. Entry point was at 1876. It got up to 71.1, so only 5 ticks, so not that big of a deal. Bounced perfectly off the 200 EMA. I'm not gonna beat myself up tonight. Both the MNQ trades that I took were bad entries, and those were on forced errors. But it's also, I mean, it hasn't been the easiest night to trade with the ranging going on. Even if uh, even if Taurus has won 5 in a row, or however many he's won in a row now. Short signal being fired here on NQ at 93. No sign that this is going to bounce, except for this is the exact level this candle came down to. That's the only hope. That's where it stopped before. Part of me wants to hit reverse here. Well, is it gonna bounce? Watching. The only big regret I have tonight is that gold trade that we won on ended up being on the Gauntlet account instead of on the trader career path, which would have helped blunt some of these losses. Just got stopped out. So, out of that trade, I should have hit reverse on it. It's only gone down like 1 point since the entry, so maybe not. So stopped out again. Down 140 on the night for the trader career path. 0 for 3 on the trader career path. Looks like we're heading down. No, it's still not moving at high velocity. It's still like 3 points from that short signal. So we'll hang out for a few more minutes, see how far this goes down, or see if it ends up bouncing back up. You have now downward trending SMA line. Definitely downward trending everything else. ES, what's the ES doing? Absolutely. I'm not worried about it yet. And remember, folks, I am back here tomorrow morning, bright and early, 7:30. I expect you to bring bacon, eggs, and coffee. Fallen, he is in like 20 accounts. So he did get this bounce here. Let's see how far it comes back up. Oh yeah, I'm not worried about it. Fallen. I am not worried about it yet. Long signal on gold. Now I'm here like, you know what? That's right before VWAP. So I guess we're gonna watch to see if it breaks VWAP. VWAP and the 200 EMA are like right at the same area. You know, and also, you know, to look on the positive side of things, you know, I had a great day today on the Gauntlet account, and now another $60 win on the Gauntlet account, so we definitely got some momentum going there. Gold bouncing off VWAP. We can all start drinking games to see now how many times I say VWAP. Rich, no, I do not have a funded account yet. I'm attempting to get funded on two different accounts on a 75K Gauntlet Mini and on the Trader Career Path. Nasdaq did bounce back up to 93, right at the SMA line. Let's see if that just came down to stop out me and Taurus and then pop back up. Yeah, this is the first time I tried to handle two, and right now the way I'm doing it is like I'm not trading. If I, I will trade both on stream, but I'm only trading the gauntlet when I'm not on stream, and when I'm on stream, if I'm trading MNQ, I'm only going to trade that on the gauntlet account. I'm sorry, on the TCP account, and not you know traded on the gauntlet. It helps that the only thing I'm trading on TCP is gold and micro Nasdaq, and I'll trade everything else on the gauntlet. Nasdaq has broken SMA. Let's see if it continues back up. Taurus might have been right. Just decided to come down and stop out first. Let's do this. It applies to every month until you either pass it or you cancel the subscription. You get discounted every month. Let's do this. Once you pass that first 25K leg and you're on the live sim or the live account, there is no more monthly fees. Now, if you once you go into the live portion at 50K, then you do need to pay your own data fees. But yeah, the fee for the evaluation stops as soon as you pass the evaluation. Once you go to the live sim account, you're no longer paying a monthly fee. Um, the Gauntlet Mini, you can get funded in as little as 15 days. Yes, Jake. You have to trade a minimum 15 days. If you're someone like Canadian futures trader did it, he got to his profit target in 4 days. So he still needed to trade 15 days. So he's just opening and closing a trade within 1 second just to tick off one trade for each day. But yeah, 15 days is the minimum amount of time. Nasdaq bounced here. Hey James, um, 0 for 3 with MNQ. 1 for 1 on gold for 6 ticks. Ooh, big boost up there on gold, but bounced right back down. Nice little burst. Yep, as long as you reach the profit target in those 15 days. I mean, there's no limit to how you can have as many, take as long as you need to, but yeah, 15 days is the minimum. You have, whichever the size account, then you got to reach the profit target without hitting the daily or the drawdown, the so on. Remember, though, you can't swing trade. It's all day trading. Depends on the size you want of the account. Hold on. Give me 1 second, and I will get you that information as soon as I put these charts down. Okay, so there's there's three different kinds of accounts now, but the main one we'll go look at either the Trader Career Path and the Gauntlet Mini. These are the different Gauntlet Minis, and you just if you pick one of these, this is what you're limited to. Whichever one you decide, 25K, 50K, 7500, 150K. And each one has a different size max contracts, daily loss, end of day drawdown, profit target, so on and so forth. But the Trader Career Path is you don't have to stick with, you start off at 25K, you reach the profit target there where you do the evaluation, then you do the 25K again when you're funded. When you reach your profit target, you move up to the 50K. Reach your profit target there, you move up to the 100K. Then you actually move up to a 200K, which isn't seen here. There's actually don't have a gauntlet mini for that, but 200K. And then if you really do well at the 200K level, if you earn $12,000 at the 200K level, you can actually get a custom offer from the prop firm. I have no idea what the details of that are, but yeah, the Trader Career Path allows you to keep moving up as you prove yourself and hit profit targets. The link is down in the video description below. I am an Earn to Trade affiliate. So if you use my link, I do get an affiliate commission. We're seeing another short signal here on NQ. But I think we're still going to continue range. I mean, it does look like it wants to maybe start pushing down more. We came up, pulled back. It tried again, pushed down. It's tried the third time, and it's pushing down again. That said, NQ's burned me 3 times tonight, so I'm just going to let it live. Ironically, it's burned me 3 times, but if I had just gotten in on that long signal there, it would have gave me 1 win. If it would jumped in on that long signal, it also would have worked. This one would have stopped me up. So even if I would have taken that one and that one, I would have been up by 7 points worth of profit. So I think that's what we're going to call the stream for tonight. Since there's nothing much going on, I'm not going to play with NQ anymore and play in this range. Again, I'm back tomorrow morning, 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Usually in the mornings, I stream for at the very least 3 hours, but usually it's more like 3.5 up to about 11 Eastern. Unless there's something exciting, I don't have any definite cutoff. But obviously, we should have more action in the morning. Anyway, I thank everyone for joining me. I hope you have the great rest of the night. And as I'm watching this fall, and wondering if I should have taken that trade. But anyway, have a great rest of your night, folks. And I hope I'll see you back in the morning. I know I won't see you, Jake. I know you sleep in the morning. Have a great night. Bye.